Tyrell, John Chuhran from CamVets Media. How are you tonight?
I'm well, John. How are you? How are you?
Very well, thanks. Uh, Last Saturday we had an interesting game. I saw you got more play action than you had in the past. One play in particular stood out to me. It was a pitch to the left that you got I think it was the third quarter. It seemed like you're starting to get back in fitting back to the way you were playing before the injury. How are you coming along, and are you confident with the way you're playing?
I am confident with the way I'm playing. I have full faith in all of the training and rehab I've been doing, given to me by like the training staff and the strength staff. Um, the biggest thing I've told myself is, you know, be I apologize. Somebody just
That's
walked
all
by.
right.
But no, the biggest thing I've told myself is there's nothing wrong with me. And that's what I've been going by and kind of working on it. And it's more of a mental thing than a physical thing at this point. And it's not really a mental thing at this point anymore.
Now, the team is, of course, playing with Dwayne since Bryson is not back yet. How comfortable are you with Dwayne, and how do you think he's fitting in with the program? It looked like the team really was playing much better in the second half.
I'm extremely comfortable with Dwayne. He's a great guy and then also a great teammate. He Coach Worley does a really great job at just making sure that all the quarterbacks are on the same page, doing the same things and having the same tendencies. So that's a big thing that Coach Worley has done a great job with, and Dwayne has done a great job with kind of just keeping up with that.
Do you think your workload will increase this weekend? It seems that from the first weekend you had only a couple plays. This one you had a few more. Do you think it's going to increase again on the coming weekend?
That's not up to me, sir, but I'm gonna do whatever I can whenever I get in the game, to do my job at the best of my ability.
Very good. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Hey Tyrell, it's Sal from Black Knight Nation. How are you?
How you doing, sir? I'm good.
I'm great. Want to talk to you about before you get back into action, how you stayed a part of the team. I know that the Slotback said you were a big part of what they were doing on the field, and also, I saw you on the sidelines, very engaged in the game. Can you talk about what that was like, just to stay a part of the brotherhood, so to speak?
It sucks not being on the field. Especially being able to see the field early in my career, but it was definitely a moment that humbles you, and it's definitely something that I will never forget, because I've learned so much about myself and I've learned so much about other people just being in that position. Um, I was a signaler at practice, and then also I held up the boards during the game. Um, I really don't know what the boards mean, but I was just holding them up. And then really I was just trying to coach the younger guys up to make sure they could do their job to the best of their ability.
Yeah, because one of the more experienced guys in the slot back room, no doubt, right? So the leadership, did you feel like a sense of leadership in that group, whether you were on the field or not?
Yes, sir. But everybody took true ownership of themselves and making sure they're getting extra work in and making sure they know their assignment fundamentals. So it wasn't really too hard. We got a great room in there. We got Miles Stewart, he's another senior and he's doing really well. So it wasn't really too hard, but I was able to give him small teaching points of like what I would see or what would happen in a game or something like that.
One more. You got a chance to, I believe, punt return last week against Air Force. What was it like to be back there? And I know that's something that you really take a lot of pride in.
It was fun. Great to be back there. And then just excited to be able to contribute for the team.
Good luck on Saturday. Appreciate it, Tyra.
Thank you, Sal. Have a good night.
Hi, Ty. Ken McMillan from The Record.
How you doing, Ken?
Good, thank you. Just to go back, what was it like not being able to play football?
Um, it has its ups and downs. It's definitely you learn a lot about yourself. That's the biggest thing. You learn a lot about the people around you as well, who's really in your corner and who's not. Not saying nobody was, a backstabber, but um, it wasn't fun until I understood that I'm in this position for a reason and everything happens for a reason.
What lessons can you tell us that you learned?
Definitely just being able to control your emotions. Not everything's gonna go your way. I'm definitely a perfectionist. I like to make sure I'm doing things perfect and everything around me is working perfect, but not everything is going your way. But you just got to respond um, to the things that are happening to you, to the cards that you were dealt, and be able to bounce back from it.
How difficult was the return? Because it wasn't like just a smooth, you healed, you're back. There were setbacks.
I wouldn't say setbacks, but it uh it was just like the last one. I mean, it was it's hard work. It's a day in day out thing. You gotta make sure you're taking care of your body. You gotta make sure um you're working hard every day. You can't have really any bad days mentally. So just keeping my mental state up was a good thing that I learned. That's a good skill that I learned throughout this rehab process.
Was there a specific thing that caused this second injury, or was it just a continuation of the first?
That's something that you would have to ask Coach Mike. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but I would talk about it if I could, but that's a Coach Monken question.
Okay. But was it hard to come back? I mean, you had to go through all the PT.
Yeah, I mean, rehab is never easy. And hard times don't last, hard people last. So that's what I've been going by the whole time.
Coach Monken was telling us for weeks, oh, it's soon, it's soon, it's soon.
Yeah.
Um, but it depended upon you, the training staff, etc. How close were you before the debut last week or previous week? Were you like itching to get in, but they were like saying, no, no, not yet?
I was definitely itching to get in. It's protocols that this training staff has to follow and the doctors have to follow, and I'm just grateful that they gave me the opportunity to play and let me play. So
What's it like to just get it out of the way?
get what out of the way, sir?
To get the return out of the way, to finally play ball and just be normal again.
Um, it's definitely a relieving feeling, but that's not the end all be all. I still got to work hard every day, and I'm bringing those tendencies, just like the hard work and being able to mentally keep myself afloat, or over afloat, pretty much. During these everyday practices, and just never forget. I'm not trying to forget how I felt when I was on my return to play process.
Do you feel 100%?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. Um, Maybe physically, but how about, I mean, I hate to ask you, but do you feel like you're up to speed or maybe just a slight bit off in your timing or your speed? I mean, honestly, you were out quite a while.
No, sir. No, sir. I do not think it's more mental than physical at this time, at this age.
Okay. What's it like to be back as far as just being back playing football, the thing you love?
Um, it's great. I mean, it's being back on the with the guys. You're kind of off on a different schedule when you're rehabbing and stuff. So it feels like I'm back part of the team fully now. Like I felt like I was off to the side, saying hi to my friends or hi to my teammates, and then going back to rehab and stuff. But um, it's great to be back.
And Ty, another thing that the coaches and all the players we've spoken to have spoken so highly of what you contributed to them while you were out. You never quit on them or never like took a side seat. I mean, you understood that you still had a role.
Yes, sir. It's not my first rodeo going through rehab, so I've learned from my last rehab, and I kind of reflected on what I could do better, and I did it.
Do you have any personal goals, not the team goals, but any personal goals before this is all done?
Do my job with extreme effort every day. That's my biggest goal.
All right. Appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you, Ken. Have a good night.
Be good.